In the next series of videos, we are looking at assessments. These are tests you formally plan in advance of the lesson, and then students work their way through the questions as they would do a paper and pencil test. Because you are writing the questions in advance, you can set the correct answers so each student will receive a score at the end of the test, if you decide to let them have this. And of course, you will be able to see the results from each student if they have signed into Response using a class list. This makes assessments a very powerful tool for tracking learning in your class, and because Response does the test marking for you, you can focus your attention on the teaching job in hand. Each question in an assessment has its own notebook page, and assessments can be any length, from a single question to as many as you could possibly fit into a lesson. Average assessment lengths are probably around the 10 question mark. If you are using the assessment to test end of unit knowledge, then 10 well-designed questions will give you an excellent overview of what has been learned, which material may need some extra teaching, and of course how each pupil has performed in relation to their peers. An assessment has two parts. The first is a title page. The title page has two functions. The first is to remind you that this is a test, which is useful if you have some standard notebook pages before the test comes up. You also start the assessment off on the title page. The second purpose of the title page is that it is a place where Response puts all of the summative data about the test, the overall scores and so on. So once the test is done, you can return to the title page and use this to review how things went, if this is appropriate. Of course, you may not want to give any feedback about the assessment during the lesson, so in other videos we will cover how you can save the results of the assessment to scrutinise later. The second part of the assessment is of course the questions themselves. And in the next video we will look at how to create an assessment and then add various types of questions to it.